aviation industry has undergone enormous, rapid, and revolutionary changes in the wake of the 21st century. The biggest area of focus is speed and size. Elon Musk's sensational entry into the aviation industry has been a game changer. His SpaceX company, a space exploration technologies corporation, was founded in 2002. Its goal was to reduce the space transportation costs to make possible the colonization of Mars. Could he be hinting on another company? Well, maybe, or maybe not. In a tweet last year, the Tesla owner hinted that he is so dying to do a supersonic electric VTOL jet. What is a VTOL jet? How different will his jet be? What does this mean to the entire aviation industry? These questions we shall demystify in this video. Welcome and learn as we explore the wonder. A vertical takeoff and landing, VTOL, aircraft does not need a runway to take off nor to land. The 20th century saw a plethora of these inventions and innovations which produced the world's first helicopter. The first ever concrete paved runway was built in 1916 during World War I. Years later, in 1957, the British Royal Air Force Harrier became the first VTOL plane. The world was blown away by this no-means achievement. When Elon Musk made his announcement in October last year, there was mixed reaction all over. Musk's abilities as an engineer and entrepreneur, however, are not to be doubted. If anyone would bring this seemingly ambiguous dream aircraft to life, then it has to be him. The aircraft is set to use the technology to reach high altitudes and then use battery-powered propulsion to fly at speeds in excess of 1,236 kilometers, or 768 miles per hour. Whether or not Musk will be able to fulfill this promise is for the future to tell. Today, we shall explore the features of the supersonic jet. The propulsion that this plane will use has to be capable of working effectively under such a high speed. If we ignore the almost impossible task of using thrust generation method for electric aircrafts, the propulsion must be able to produce more than 40,000 pounds of thrust. According to Harvard Zhang, a software engineer, turbojets is the way to go with the supersonic regime. Relying on the compression and combustion in the jet engine core to generate the exit velocities required at supersonic speeds, he adds. You have to achieve a similar compression and flow shaping without the combustion using electric motor-powered fan compressor stages. The engineer ends. The electric propulsion system has been a new field of study and research since Mr. Musk made his announcement last year. Mark Moore, a former NASA engineer, hints at his Tennessee-based startup Whisper Aero being the first to achieve the milestone. While this propulsion system has never been used before by anyone, it remains a soon-to-be-achieved reality. I would say that we are on the path to what Elon is talking about more than anybody in the entire electric aircraft industry, Moore told Elon Head, an award-winning journalist and a commercial helicopter pilot. Knowing Musk is an engineer who obviously considered all these before making his announcement, there's a huge possibility of this being achieved. Besides, the man made space landing easier. This should be a walkover to him. It's left for you and I to watch and see. For a plane to hover, much power is needed, leave alone the fact that the jet is set to move at a supersonic speed. How then must these batteries be like? With the current lithium batteries, the aircraft design is fast approaching viability. Tesla produces batteries, and this would be a task at home for them. They recently acquired Maxwell Technologies in addition to their current battery density of about 250 watt-hours per kilogram. 300 watt-hours per kilogram on a high cycle could be a great promise for their near future. In 2014, Elon Musk, in a statement, hinted that batteries with a specific energy of 400 watt-hours per kilogram, composing 70% of the mass of the aircraft, would make a compelling aircraft. While it is not clear when the ever-developing lithium batteries will eventually be enough to sustain a supersonic jet, the possibilities is beyond doubt. The fast-changing technology will be a great contributor to this game-changing innovation. With the two biggest problems eliminated and the first supersonic electric jet finally unleashed, it goes without saying that the effects on the environment will be great. Climate change is the headache of this age. As it seems, every technology that comes up does much harm to the environment, thus leading to a dangerous change in the climate. It is hinted that the current state of climate affairs could bring about an end of life on our beloved Earth. It is no doubt a project by the world's richest man must attract the attention of our frontline environmentalists. What then are the changes that would occur if we woke up one morning to Tesla's announced of the first electric VTOL jet? Let's find out. In 2011, in a bid to curb the environmental impacts of aircraft and aviation in general, the Europe Commission established the following goals to be reached by 2050. The first goal is a 75% reduction in CO2 emissions per passenger by kilometer. Secondly, there's a 90% reduction in NOx emissions. Thirdly, there's elimination of emissions during aircraft taxiing. And finally, there is the use of alternative fuels with improved environmental performance. According to these measures, the biggest threat is posed by the petroleum fuel used to propel the aircrafts. As electric aircrafts eliminate this problem, what does the Tesla project have to promise to the environment? For the pilot and the trainees, noise is a big menace, especially during the takeoffs and landings. With the use of electric propulsion systems, the engine will be more quiet while at the same time achieving more heights and speed. CO2 emissions are dangerous to the ozone layer. The emissions also cause a global warming effect, which will end up bringing negative climate changes in the world. If Elon Musk succeeds in his plans for the electric jet, the rest of the aviation world will have to walk in his steps to save our world. This is probably where we all wish him success. In 2020, the average global concentration of CO2 shot to 413.2 ppm high. This greenhouse gas, as taught in our classrooms, is very dangerous, especially in such levels. Apart from the environmental benefits of this project, there are other benefits that will come with Elon Musk's jet. Owing to its great speed, traveling speed will be highly boosted. Other benefits are the high cost of flight tickets are majorly contributed by the high cost of fuel. Petroleum is generally high-priced as it is the dominant source of fuel across all the industrial world. This is besides its tremendous harm to the environment. With the upcoming introduction of an electrically propelled aircraft, the world may soon realize a revolution of non-petroleum fuel planes and jets. It will, however, negatively affect those economies whose chief source of income is petroleum. But then, would we rather continue earning from a source that threatens our very existence over one that promises a brighter future? The current aircrafts we have in the world rely on the combustion of petroleum to produce energy needed for the plane to move. The engines thus must require many different parts that play the different roles to make the engine work. An electric engine, in contrast, will not be required to produce the energy as it is provided ready for use. This therefore means that the engine parts will be fewer and smaller in size, thus requiring little and not so often maintenance. That is to say, the electric jet, as opposed to the currently existing planes, will be more efficient and more readily available for use. Taxis are good for their availability, reliability, and efficiency. Taxis can literally land you almost everywhere you'd want to go. However, taxis are limited to a single city or town only. Is it possible to have air taxis? With the whole technological world working day and night to meet this shortage, the VTOL electric planes may already be providing a solution if they eventually get released. As the VTOL planes do not need to have runways, they can be suitable for the city-to-city air taxi dream. They can land even in unlikely places owing to their light weights. That is all for our video today. We hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. We would like to know your views in the comments section below. Is there a video you'd like us to do next? Let us know too in the comments section. Thank you and see you in the next video.